Oh yeah, hi. By the way, I have some like thoughts about Bruce Lee as well. Because talking with this guy who's married to Bruce Lee's wife, I mean, obviously he's not a very intelligent guy, but like he didn't even know the moon landings were fake. I mean, that's like the ultimate, clueless mentality. But anyway, I mean, totally like he totally proves that Bruce Lee is a cultural project more than an actual person. Of course, he was a human. There was some human there, but firstly, he said Bruce Lee's wife knows more about his death than she says, and he says there was something weird about Brandon's death. I mean, those are two statements. I mean, that's he's a complete insider. And that's just, I mean, smoking gun right there. He's saying that, well, Bruce Lee's death wasn't what we think it was, and Brandon's death wasn't what we think it was. And the thing about the like impersonators, Bruce Lee impersonators, uh, um, they have been there all along. I think Bruce Lee himself was like a Bruce Lee impersonator. It's not that okay he died and then suddenly a lot of like impersonators popped up. It's more like they were there all along. And even Jet Li, I mean, his name, he has the name of a Bruce Lee impersonator. Jet Li, Li, so Lee. So it's like yeah, and Brandon Lee, I just heard again the clip where he's like that was a clip I always thought was suspicious, where he says like uh, uh, the people who came into contact with Bruce Lee's story, they have really been positively affected by it, and he just seems like really angry and like sarcastic almost, like it just sounds so phony. That's a clip from a documentary. So I just think, I mean, I mean, it's ridiculous. You just can't believe the official story of Bruce Lee. And you know what just makes me angry? I don't know if he understood that this idiot, this guy who was married to Linda Catmull. He But I mean, it's just that they're attracting intelligent people, right, by putting in some real philosophy, in Bruce Lee's movies, which doesn't come from Bruce Lee himself. It comes from like these kind of like think tanks, cultural, like Tavistock and the cultural production machine. But So they attract people like that, intelligent people into martial arts, and then they make like a shitty movie like Dragon, the Bruce Lee story that just doesn't have any depth, that doesn't have any philosophy really. And when you just look at Brandon Lee and Shannon Lee, they don't even look like their father. I mean, I would think that they're probably adopted. I would think they're probably adopted, and there's some like orphans that were adopted for the role or something. Uh, And also, like when I asked Linda about Linda Cadwell's parents, that we're not allowed to get information about them. Then he just said "fuck you." He just wrote "fuck you" to me, just because I asked for who is Linda Cadwell's parents. So we're just not allowed to research into that. So it's pretty astonishing information. Uh, and I just think it's ludicrous, to think that. I mean, well, why isn't Shannon like a world champion in UFC? You see that with chess players, right? Who are like parents of good chess players, that their children are often become very strong. But Shannon has almost no role in martial arts. She's been in like one movie or something. And why isn't Brandon also a real fighter? Why didn't he try real fighting? Why did he only fight in movies? Why didn't he? I mean, he had the chance basically to, or actually not, because I mean even in '93, like MMA and UFC it wasn't really that normal. So I mean it was like but anyway, I just find it suspicious that I mean I find it like also as a granddaughter, I forgot her name, but I just think it's very like he thought I called her obese, but actually it was another person I meant. But I um, I just find it very very unlikely that there's some kind of like blood connection. Like also like Bruce Lee was actually partly European, and so and these guys don't look very European. So, but yeah, I just I just it's a cultural construction. Bruce Lee was basically like a stunt man. He was. I mean, in some movies he's like riding a horse, and he's not doing martial arts. It's just a very very bizarre, strange story, and yeah, yeah. Well, okay, I'll upload this. Yeah.